Let's run away together on love. Lead me into your world.
One, two, three.
Always at the wheel. Tell me
That's not what
how good.
That's
does
not what
it
the countdown
feel?
was for, Bilal. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the weekly dose of football. Even though it hasn't been happening weekly, this is like what, 2 weeks later, Bilal? It's been.
Don't care.
Okay, we have an angry guest here today. So today, we're basically talking about a little bit of a review of the Premier League so far. We're basically talking about 4 teams, mainly Manchester United. So let's get into it. The 4 teams that we're going to talk about today, well, I chose, and let's see if we even get to those 4 teams. We don't spend too much time on the other 2 teams. But we have Brentford, we have Brighton, we have Arsenal, and we have the lovely and beautiful Manchester United. So who do you want to start it off with, Bilal?
Which one's less depressing? Let's talk about.
Anyone but Man United? Oh my god. For context, we're recording this after the Liverpool game. Oh my god, Bilal. Okay, Bilal, who do I talk about first?
Talking about Brentford.
Okay, so Brentford, 7th place. Let me just double check that. 7th place. How do you feel about them so far, Bilal?
I think better than Man United. First of all.
Actually, correction. 12th place. 12th place. They lost to Leicester today, 2-1.
They've been doing super good. I think that the team has been entertaining. I think they just came in within the league giving 0 fucks. Came in saying like, just gonna play our way, just give everyone a game.
I think it's the manager, man.
The manager's good.
I think he's the. I mean, I'm not saying this team is not good. I just think Thomas Frank is like has made everything perfect so far. And Ivan Toney, even though he has not been scoring as much as we expected to, he's killing it. He bullies every single defender he's played against this season so far. And obviously, do you know who Mbuemo is, Bilal? The youngster from Brentford too, the winger. He's been killing it also. He's playing at striker. He's playing at striker too, and he's been killing it. Obviously, they beat. They tied to Liverpool right in the last minute last weekend.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they tied 3-3. Lost today, sadly, to Madison goal. I didn't get to watch the game. I was at work. Did you watch just the Man United game, Bilal?
Yeah, I was gonna watch it. No, I watched the El Clásico as well.
Clásico.
I was gonna watch everything. I was gonna watch even Inter Milan versus Juventus, Marseille versus PSG, but I want to watch football today.
After the game. Anyways, yeah, Brentford, great start. Where do you think they'll finish? In my predictions, I think I predict them to finish around where Leeds finished last season, maybe like 12th. Where they are now? Where do you think they'll finish this season?
I think every team is so inconsistent right now, other than the top 4, which is Chelsea, 3. Man City, Liverpool, and I think Arsenal might get top 4. To be honest, this season, I think Man United will be lucky enough to get Europa League, and Brentford
already going to Man United.
and what's it called? And Brentford doing this consistency. If they fight good, they can make the Conference League. If they play this well, they could play the Conference League.
Look, it's just like I've noticed a trend, especially these past couple of years. Every team starts off with a slow start, like all of these big teams. So I don't think Brentford will finish in the top 10. I think they'll finish maybe 10th, like highest 10th, and then like lowest 12th. But I think it's gonna be like similar to Wolves when they're in the Premier League. Well, this is in the Premier League, right? It'll take them off a season, and then maybe next season they'll start fighting for Europa League or Conference League. Sorry, but I don't think they'll have enough. They don't have enough class to go out throughout the rest of the season. Usually, these type of teams slow down throughout the season, like we saw with Sheffield, like we saw with Wolves in that first season. Even with West Ham didn't slow down last year, but like those teams. But
what I feel would happen to like Sheffield and like those teams that get promoted, they come out like fighting and stuff, and they could do good at the first 5 to 10 games.
Yeah.
And then the manager sees like, oh shit, this isn't working, and he stops doing that shit, and then he starts going to defensive tactics,
so
parking the bus and shit. And the Brentford manager doesn't seem like he's stopping anytime soon.
Yeah. So
doing what he's doing.
What I think, it'll come to a point where everybody's gonna know Brentford's game, and it's gonna be up to Thomas Frank to either to switch it up to do something that works. And if he can't do that, that's where we'll see a drop off. But like at the moment,
I
everything's working
think
out.
we have to wait to the second round of fixtures.
Maybe like around at the end of December, not even January. At the end of December, that's when I think the league starts falling into place. How we'll see it throughout the whole season. But like I said, I'm surprised, but at the same time I'm not, because we see this. We've been seeing this a lot recently, where the big teams just keep on like falling down at the very beginning and then come back after. Like we saw Arsenal this season. Started off really bad, started climbing up the table now. But I think we should move on to Brighton before we get to Arsenal, Man United, because those are the ones that are gonna take up most of our time. So Brighton are in 5th place right now.
Brighton have a good ass. I feel Brighton are like Crystal Palace right now. They have that system that's working for them. You know, it's working for them. They're using their youngsters really well. They bought that Spanish guy. I forgot his name. Fuck. He came from Espanyol, I think so, and he's super good. Cucurella, yeah, that guy's super good. And I think Brighton are building a good team. I feel like they also have a chance to fight for the Conference League. Brighton have a good team. I just don't think it's because the thing with these teams. The reason Tottenham and teams like Wolves and these teams make the Conference League or Europa League is because they have depth.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think
these teams like Brentford and fucking Brighton have like good ass team, like a good ass starting 11.
Yeah,
but other than that, after the depth, it's ass and they can rotate and it turns to shit. And then Wolves and and Tottenham and their depth help them make it over the line.
Yeah, so I think similar to Brentford, Brighton will have their fall off. I mean, if they don't, I'll be happy, right? Because I would love to see a team like this in the European like competitions. But at the same time, I think it will just make them struggle next season either way, because they don't have the depth. If they can go into the transfer windows and sign some depth, then okay, maybe they will survive it. But I think they're gonna drop off as well. They lost 4-1 to Man City, but it's Man City, right? At the same time, I think eventually it'll catch up to them. They'll finish around the same place as I think Brentford, 10th to 12th place. I don't think they'll do anything shocking this season. But I think they've had a good start. Graham Potter is probably one of the best managers in the Premier League. In my opinion.
Graham Potter is so fucking good. As a Man United fan, bro, I wouldn't mind him as a manager.
I don't think he'd go to Man United. I think his next step is like a team like Tottenham or Arsenal. I think that's pretty realistic though, because
Tottenham or Arsenal, but I don't think Arsenal is gonna start Arteta.
Well, because especially with Arteta now doing better. But Tottenham, if Espirito Santo continues, like if the team starts doing bad, they can get him up in January if they decide to.
Yeah, Graham Potter is a really good manager. I like him.
Like I would be happy to have him as something, because it's not going too well. But we're on the bounce back.
Well, you want to not talk about too well, huh, bitch?
Okay, so now, do you want to go to Arsenal or do you want to go to Man United now? Now we've talked about.
Let's talk about Arsenal.
Okay.
Talk about Arsenal.
So I did catch the Arsenal game versus who did they play? I was gonna say Palace, but
they played Crystal Palace.
No, that was last week.
Palace. They played. Shit, I even saw it, bro.
Yeah, I was watching the game. I was watching the game too.
What the fuck? How did I forget?
Oh, Aston Villa. Bro,
yeah.
Did you see the first half? You know how the whole game in general, they're playing so aggressive. Like that's how they should be playing.
They play so good.
Yeah.
So basically, the reason I wanted Arteta fired wasn't because he was a bad manager. I was scared that they were gonna start finding their. Because I already knew they had a way to play.
Yeah,
I already knew. Like you could see when they played, you can tell what it was their like playing style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was scared that they were gonna fucking get that style correct at one.
Yeah.
Like they were gonna get that game that will click, you know.
I think they're finding their feet.
That what's it called? They were gonna get that week that it will click. Like the tactics will start clicking and shit.
Yeah.
And it started doing it these past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I fucking knew Arteta's he's already doing his thing. You know, he already has his midfield with Partey already doing his shit. Emmitt Smith-Rowe fucking smashing it, being one of the best English cams. You know, he might be up there with Foden and Mount.
Nah. Okay.
I think he's doing really good.
He's really good, but I think he's still like a whole level or maybe 2 levels below them. But I knew Arsenal would find their feet. Like ever since last season, he's not a really good manager. He's a good manager. He's still learning a lot. He's still obviously.
But again, you have to look at it this way. That Arsenal don't have. I think they might get top 4, and I'm like 80% sure they go top 4 because they don't have Conference, Europa, or Champions League.
That's a good shot. Nothing. That's a good shot. So I think ever since that Burnley game, everything's been clicking. 1-0 against Burnley, then 3-1 against Tottenham. They drew against Brighton and Palace, And
But
then
Palace and Brighton, like
Palace-
they're really good.
Yeah,
like
they're really good teams.
those two teams are doing
Joining
really
to
good.
Brighton, obviously it's Arsenal, a big club. You expect them to pick up a victory, but it's like with how Brighton have been this season, it's been really hard to like just break them down.
Yeah,
And
even
then Palace,
Man City are having trouble. With
I think
Brighton,
Palace
so,
was just like unlucky. They played not their best. Obviously, they scored the 90th minute winner to save them the point. But with Aston Villa, like I haven't seen a team play that aggressive at the start in so long. Like the way, like I don't know if you saw the beginning of the game, but I feel like there was gonna be a fight throughout the match, and I know there wasn't. But like they just played so good, like throughout the whole game. Aubameyang almost scored a bicycle kick too. I was like, no way! I think he's gonna score. I saw him like I was watching it with Ricky. He was in my room.
that center back pairing of Gabriel and Ben
Oh,
White,
yes,
it's
it's so
doing
good.
good. It'll become a good center back pairing. I think it'll become somewhat of a what's it called? I don't want to say a John Stones and a Ruben Diaz type of partnership.
Maybe, but like a little
But
slightly
it
below.
can be. It can be.
Yeah, it can be.
I think it'll be a better partnership than Maguire and Varane.
Dude,
I just
I'm
think
so
so.
glad. I'm so glad that people are like quiet about Ben White now, because when he joined, everyone was giving him so much trash, so much.
Well, because of his value.
Yeah, because his value.
50
Yeah,
million value.
but I think it's gonna
And
pay off
people-
in
yeah,
the long run.
The reason, okay, think of it this way: if the Varane transfer didn't happen, Ben White wouldn't have been given this much shit of his transfer.
Yeah,
because
because
Varane was 30
40
million.
Yeah, 30.
30 million, 35 or 40, something
Did
like
you
that.
see?
So
Did you see the run he made in the first half? He picked up the ball and took it almost all the way to the other side, like to the other goal. It was crazy, bro. And then Tomiyasu too. He's so good, bro. The right back, the
Yeah.
Japanese guy, he came in because someone's out injured.
the Japanese guy,
Yeah, it's so good. And then
he's so good.
I think Tavares made his debut. And then he played, dude. No, it's not his debut actually. No, but he played after a while because Tierney got injured. He played so good. And I think also Aaron Ramsdale. I'm so glad. I knew he was good. I just knew he was good. Everyone was giving him so much trash too. But came
Because
into the side-
because Leno
He benched
Leno last season was their hero. It was,
Yeah, he was good.
Arsenal's hero.
and then everyone was
But-
like, "Nah,
and then-
Ramsdale, too much money," and I'm like, "Just wait."
No,
Give him some
people
game
were like,
time.
why do Arsenal need another keeper if they have Leno?
Because Leno wants
Leno's
to
the
leave.
top quality
Leno wants to
keeper.
leave.
I
He's-
think
he's
Leno
not-
should go. You know who would be a good purchase
He's
for
probably-
Newcastle?
oh,
Leno
oh, yeah.
or
I think he'll go to Bayern
or
though.
Navas.
I
or Navas.
I think he's gonna go to Bayern at the end of the day. Like Bayern is gonna snatch up.
He's gonna
another
go back to
goalkeeper.
He's gonna go back to Bundesliga for
Yeah.
sure.
But nah, I think Arsenal good young side right now. Aubameyang, hopefully Aubameyang could continue to pick up his form because they need a leader.
He's gonna
Okay.
super good team.
Also Lacazette. Like I know Lacazette's linked to the move away, but he works so. He's like Cavani, but Arsenal. They're the exact same player. Lacazette works so hard on that field. It would be like such a loss if they lose him. They might lose him. He might go to Newcastle. He might go to Atletico, but.
Because he's a starter.
Yeah,
you
like,
can't bench him. Really.
Yeah, he's been benched recently, and when he
I understand why Cavani's benched. He's like 30
yeah.
some years old, like,
But,
and
like,
Lacazette is still like.
This is his first
30.
game in a while, and he showed that he wanted to play, and he played really, really good. But like I said, like the aggressiveness they played in that game was just beautiful, man. Like it's hard to see a team like play so aggressive nowadays because everybody's flopping. There's VAR and all that stuff. But like, I mean, shout out to the Aston Villa players too. They played pretty well. Emiliano Martinez unlucky he saved the penalty, but there's nothing he can do with the follow-up shot with Aubameyang because like it's a follow-up shot. Nobody got there in time to help him out. He just missed
Yeah.
it though. He
As,
died
as
he
a
died-
keeper, bro. As a keeper, I wish this was a rule. I think it is like sometimes when I played before, it's been a rule. Sometimes in other leagues I played in, but it's like when you save the penalty taker can't take the shot, like the rebound
I'm
shot.
not sure. It's just look,
I-
you
I just think it's really unrewarding to the keeper because
Yeah,
they
it
already
is.
limit them that they can't step up the line,
yeah, but
and
that's
now
the
they're
gamble.
super strict on that.
That's the gamble.
Huh?
I think that's just the gamble. That's how it has to be because I mean to be fair, they could have blown the whistle because it was already past the 45th minute. They could
Yeah.
have blown the whistle like that one time Bruno scored a penalty in like the 98th, even though the game was already over. They could have done that, and if Aubameyang would have missed, I think they would have called it there because I think that's how it works when the whistle's blown. But it was literally
Yeah.
like the 49th minute when the penalty was decided. But I mean, did you see Jacob Ramsey's goal or no? The guy from Aston Villa, banger. It's banger. You need to watch it when you can. For those of you who haven't watched that goal, absolute banger. That guy's gonna be the next Jack Grealish. That guy's really good. He started off the season really, really good. But you said Arsenal finishing Champions League. I think they won't. As much as I back them, I think they'll finish
I think-
Europa League, like right
I
below.
think they will.
I think they'll finish 5th place, 6th place.
Arteta, I think people turned too soon on Arteta. I knew people turned too soon. It's because Arsenal fans are panicking. Like they were
Nah.
panicking, dude.
But
Like,
I'm not
and I
hating
get it.
though. It's just really.
And I
realistically,
get it because they haven't had success in a long time. But I was like, bro, if you fire him right now, you're gonna have to restart everything all over again.
No, yeah.
And the guy, you can tell when he plays, he has like a play style in mind. You know, he has a way to play. But and I was afraid they were gonna do that, so that's why I wanted Arteta out. And I was hoping they would fire Arteta at one point, but they did well. They backed them, and what's it called? The players knew that they saw something in the playing style. You know.
I think. I mean, Arteta gives me Lampard vibes. I think they're the similar managers.
Nah, I just don't.
Lampard's
Lampard's
a good
really
manager.
weird.
Lampard's a good manager. The thing is, he was at the wrong team, because Chelsea, they're not like Arsenal. They don't want to build a project. They're not like Man United either. Man United have been willing to build a project over the years. Chelsea, they want to bring in something and have it ready. They want like instant success. That's the only thing I feel like that's bad about the Chelsea Football Club. It's good.
Yeah,
still, because it works. It's working.
If Tuchel didn't win the Champions League, supposedly he would have been
Yeah, he
fired.
would 100% be fired, even though he was there for such a little time. Like, if Frank Lampard was in the Arsenal side, I think it'd be the exact same right now. Like, I don't think he'd ever go to Arsenal, right? Because he's Chelsea boy, but they remind me of the same manager. Sucks that Lampard had to take that job. Obviously got fired.
And Arteta is a really good manager. You know, he learns from his mistakes and he adapts to it. You know,
I mean, he learned under Guardiola. Job. He's gonna be one of the good managers.
He adapted well to the job and stuff.
And he won the Community Shield, didn't he? Or was it the FA Cup?
The FA Cup.
The FA Cup, yeah, when he came on. But I think this year, though, I think it's gonna be the best title race we have in years, in my opinion. Like for a while, because it's always been Liverpool or Man City, just like straight win. Like nobody giving competition. Chelsea. And I think I'm being surprised by Liverpool right now. I didn't think they were gonna do as well as they have because of the squad depth.
It's because Salah.
Salah's playing out of his skin.
Carrying.
And Van Dijk's back, so that helps him out a lot. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be Chelsea and Man City fighting for the title, but right now Man City's in third place. And then quickly other teams like West Ham is in fourth. So I think Arsenal will miss out just because they're a little bit too far behind. I think they're
the top four. Only because they're not in any European competition.
I would love for them to get top four, but I think they'll just miss out. Like let's say last game of the season, they'll miss out.
If they get a lot of injuries, I think they'll miss out. But I think Odegaard and Emmitt Smith-Rowe, both of them have too much creativity, and they have Aubameyang, which is such a clinical finisher, and they have Baka, which is super good, and then Thomas Partey is starting to perform good. I just think the team is doing too well to not finish top four. And they have everything aligned right now to get that top four with their center backs doing good. They're starting to develop something. Yeah, everything's falling into place right now. Everything's falling into place.
Who do they play next? Actually, they play Leeds United in the Carabao Cup, but they play Leicester. So I think that should be a win. Leicester have been in horrible form. Other than beating Man United 4-2.
What do you mean terrible form, bro?
They've been doing like worse than I expected, and then they just screwed you guys up. But I think we should move on to Man United now. So this probably gonna be the main topic because we're gonna be talking about like managers and stuff.
So what happened today?
It's especially I think even before this I was planning this, but especially with today. So if you guys don't know, somehow living under a rock because most of my viewers are in Europe and we're the only ones from the US. Man United just lost 5-0 to Liverpool.
We do not call it soccer, and we do not condone that.
Yeah.
Okay.
5-0. Polado. You're the Man United fan. What are your thoughts?
It was such a raw game. It was frustrating watching it. I mean, as a Man United fan, you didn't expect to win, but at the same time,
but you didn't expect the 5-0.
It's a derby, dude. Not a derby. What the fuck? It's a clásico. Like it's in a clásico type of game. You know, there's no form involved. You know, when it's in a clásico game, you don't expect form to be involved.
Yeah, it's all passion.
It's all passion. It's the crowd. You know, and I expected us to get us over the line. You know, to make us get that win, that 1-0 win or that 2-1 win. But you know, Salah being Salah,
I mean,
decided to wreck us.
I wasn't expecting a Man United win. You're saying 2-1 win?
Me neither. I wasn't expecting a Man United win. I was hoping, like, a
good loss.
2-1 win. You know, a 2-1 win or like a 1-0 win. That something that I thought the crowd was gonna get us over the edge.
And it was at Old Trafford, bro.
Yes, I know. I thought the passion would get us over the edge. You know, it was something. You know, something that would get us a win, but it just didn't look like it was gonna happen. Then the 15 minutes happened. The 18th minute, I think I saw the playing style was gonna happen. We were gonna play aggressive the whole time, and I was like, bro, you can't do that to Liverpool. We don't have the facilities for that, you know, big man.
Yeah.
But we didn't have you know the the ability to do that. We just didn't.
Okay, so like, unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the game, but I remember just I was at work and I looked at my phone because I'm like, oh yeah, Man United Liverpool are playing also their Clásico. Let me check the scores. 5-0 in the 60th minute. So I constantly checked throughout when I was like working, right? So what did Liverpool do after the 5-0? Did you just step back or were they still constantly attacking? That's what I want to know.
Oh, bro, they started. They fucking won it up. They wanted double digits.
Oh,
I
they wanted
swear
double
they
digits.
wanted the double digits, bro. The double digits. They wanted the 10-0. The most embarrassing shit that would ever happen to Man United in history of fucking football, bro. But
Exactly,
Ali,
guys.
and then Pogba got the red card.
I saw Pogba got the record.
Yeah, bro.
So how did what was
You knew
he knew what he was doing. He knew. So
Yeah.
what was the red card? What occurred? Explain.
So
to me what
basically, it
occurred.
was a 50-50 ball.
Was it 50?
Pogba decided to slide tackle, and he put his cleats higher up. He put his cleats first, and his foot was higher than the ball, so it's a straight up red card.
Okay.
So
Okay. Now
even though he got the ball, it's still a dangerous tackle. So
now
I
walk
get
me
why he
through
got a red card.
Ronaldo. Was he offside for that goal? I heard.
It was kind of harsh,
It was
but
so-
he was outside.
He was outside.
It's harsh, but he was outside. It was a good goal though.
So
But
okay.
yeah,
So like I said, you watch most of the Man U games. I watched the I was gonna say Europa League. I'm so used to them going to the Europa League in the Champions League game against Villarreal. So what I see from Man United, I just think they're inconsistent. That's the
Not-
issue. Because
okay, it's not. I don't know. At this point, I don't even know if it's the players or if it's the managers. I don't even
because,
know,
like,
bro.
You watched that
'Cause
game.
look,
You watched that game. Horrible first half by Man United against Villarreal. Second half,
Yeah.
playing like their lives depended on it. Why can't they perform like that?
it's because
the whole
I
half,
feel this
the
is
whole
what
game?
happens. The Villarreal and Atalanta game. The players try to get into Solskjaer's tactics. Like they try to use his tactics, but they stop working, and then they score the 1-0, and then the players start playing by themselves. You know, they start
Mhm.
doing their own thing, and the what's it called? What the people call us? We're Moments FC, bro. Moments start
Yeah.
happening, and we fucking score. And that's what happens
Fergie
when
time.
you have world class players. You know. And I think they just stopped listening to Ollie's tactics after we start losing 1-0. And after we start losing 1-0, 2-0, we fucking start performing out of nowhere. And I think it's because they stopped listening to him.
So I mean, yeah, it's like I said. Like I watched the game and like the first half they're playing like a relegation battle team, but then you go to the second half and they're playing like champions of the Premier League. That's how they were playing. Cause it was the
And
Atalanta
that
game. Yeah,
happens-
Atalanta couldn't do
I just
anything,
think-
absolutely anything in the
Yeah.
second half. Like when I was watching the
I
game,
just-
I was like, wow, bro. Like no, they didn't even like. I don't even think they had like one shot or something like that. They just couldn't do anything. Like
I just think
the way they
people
performing.
just the players just stop listening to Ollie, dude. I just think that's what happens. And dude, and think of it like this: like I think the players stop believing in him now, cause Bruno, in a recent interview, it was a game after Atalanta. He was like we have to look at ourselves as players, bro. But Ollie has to look at it. He said something along the lines that Ollie has to learn from what is right and what is wrong. You know what he's doing wrong,
But
because he knows he's doing something wrong.
look, the thing is, okay, look, I know this has been happening for a couple seasons, but as much as I love Ronaldo, I think signing him was a huge mistake. I know he's a goal scorer. I know I think he's one of the best players in the world, like second greatest player of all time. But there's many reasons why Ronaldo was a mistake. One, they only signed him because Man City was into him. That's the only reason why. They didn't want anyone else to have him, so they wanted to have him. Okay. So now they're in a position where they have to play him. They have to. They cannot bench Ronaldo. No matter how bad he's doing, no matter how good he's doing, he cannot be benched. Why? Because he's on 400K a week. He's a superstar. If he is benched, he will be mad. He will stop going to training. Something will happen. They'll lose him somehow. Okay, now going back to like formation wise. Since Ronaldo's playing, Bruno Fernandes cannot do what he did last season. He cannot. Because now he is... It's like with Benzema and Ronaldo. Benzema had to adjust his game to give Ronaldo goals. And it worked, right? But now Bruno has to do the exact same. And I don't know if he can do the same. I think Bruno is similar to a lot of players that fail at big clubs. Because there's other superstars next to them. So like the likes of like Neymar. Neymar did good at PSG. He's done good. But I think he would have done way better if Mbappe wasn't there. Because why? Because he'd be the main man. And it's the same thing with Bruno. I think Bruno has to be the main man in order for things to just go his way.
Here's the thing. If you look at it this way, Liverpool fucking still have the same team. I don't know if you remember this.
I think they've had the same team for like 3 years.
I think it was the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. We played them and we beat them 2-1. And it if this Man United team is 10 times better than the team that beat Liverpool in that FA Cup semi. I think it was a semi-final, and it was way better, dude. And it's like, what the fuck happened? How do we go from winning 2-1 against that Liverpool team to losing 5-0?
Was this with Ole or without Ole?
It was with Oli.
With
It was
Ole?
last year. Yeah, this was last year.
I just
It was
think this Liverpool team has gotten way better. 3 seasons with it's because you have to look at it this way. Liverpool have had almost the exact same team for the past 4 seasons. Ever since Klopp got there, it's been the same team.
and
The newest
the
addition
first-
being
okay.
Jota. That's it.
yeah, and then but Klopp is a fucking world class manager.
Yeah.
Of course he is, and that's the difference. Klopp is a world class manager, and he learned with Dortmund, and he did amazing. You know, he's super good.
But I
The
don't think
difference with
Ole's a
Ole-
bad manager. I don't think he's a bad manager.
Yeah, but I think Oli is just stubborn. You know, he's really, really a stubborn manager. He has favorites.
Mhm.
If you look at Klopp, he doesn't have favorites. If you do bad, he bench Mane today, bro. Hey,
So
who does that?
so who would you say is
It's
his
like
favorite?
if you benched
Oh, you're
who,
lying.
Oli,
Yeah, Ole. Who's Ole's favorite?
McFred.
McFred.
It's a fucking midfield. It's
But-
a stupid
but-
midfield.
Okay, but you have to look at it this way. Who are they gonna play, bro? They cannot.
Pogba.
Okay,
You
yeah.
have to play Pogba
You
in
have
that
to play
midfield.
yeah,
Why
if
do
you
you?
play-
What do you have? You have $200 million worth of players in the bench, bro. You have Pogba. You have Van de Beek. You have Cavani. You have Sancho. But you still decide to play fucking what's it called, McFred in that fucking midfield when you could play Pogba and Donny at the same team. He hasn't even tried that. He tried it one fucking game. That game we lost. But he could have kept on trying to adapt Donny into a number 6 and trying to adapt that midfield of Bruno, Donny, and Pogba, of trying to make them work, you know?
But the
He
thing
could
is,
have tried it.
the thing is, if you play Pogba, Donny, and Fernandes in the same,
Yeah, people are saying,
same
okay,
midfield,
people are
it's not
saying,
gonna work.
okay, it's too much of an attack. It's too unbalanced.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Because now
here's the thing.
you add Ronaldo
You
to the
can-
equation. Ronaldo does not go back. So Bruno is playing a different, like he's still playing as an attacking mid, but he has to do way more than he did last season. He has to go back, even though Bruno would still do this. But now he is required to always go back and help out. Why? Because Ronaldo only pressures. That's all he does. He pressures. He does not go past his own half. He doesn't defend like Cavani does. If Cavani plays up top, you see him go all the way to left back to go in a tackle, which is good. But now with Cristiano there, Bruno is prioritized to do that. And then if you play Pogba doesn't listen. You played Pogba and that's
Yeah, I know.
sitting in
Pogba's not
position
gonna
for years.
listen.
Yeah.
But you know who will listen? Donny, bro.
Dono,
'Cause
yeah.
Donny, if you look at him, he's desperate. He's fucking desperate to get game time. If you tell him to stay back with the 2 center backs in between them, he'll do it.
Yeah, he
He'll
will.
fucking do that shit.
He will.
I
think he
think he's
will.
a better defensive midfielder than Fred and fucking McTominay.
I think
think
McTominay
he
is
is.
pretty decent. I think he's good. I just think
McTominay does not defend. That fucker does not fucking defend. You see, what you're saying is that the midfield's it's very unbalanced if you put Donny and Pogba in that fucking midfield. It's the same fucking shit, the same fucking problem with McTominay and Fred, bro. Both of
McTominay
them
just
want
came
to
back
get
from
involved in
injury
the
as well. He just came back
both
from
of them
injury.
want to fucking attack. Both of them want to straight up attack. The difference is McTominay is willing to run. But that will not fucking get us a win if the fucker cannot defend.
The
The fucker cannot defend.
The thing is, I think Pogba can do a good job there. But the thing is, his ego is big. It's bigger than Man United at this point. With France, he listens. Why?
Look,
Because it's been working.
I don't care if Pogba doesn't want to listen. Even Oli, before he came in to fucking become a manager, he said this when Mourinho wasn't playing Pogba. He said in an interview, "You have to build a team around Pogba.
You do.
You have
and
to."
that's not the case.
And he
here.
hasn't done that. He fucking hasn't done that ever.
Yeah,
and the
because
thing is,
Bruno joined.
it's so annoying. Okay, I don't care if fucking Bruno joined. You still build around Pogba. Bruno might be the star, but I think Pogba has more to offer than Bruno.
I think he does.
If you know what I mean.
But Pogba
And
wants to
Pogba's-
play in that attacking position for since however long he's been at Man
But
United.
it's because
he's always wanted to play there.
he doesn't play Cam anywhere. He doesn't play
I know,
Cam for
but
France. He doesn't
that's
play
what he
Cam
wanted.
for anyone.
That's what he wanted
He-
to be.
He what's it called? He wanted to be, but now he doesn't. He had to change his whole play now. So basically, with France, he plays box to box. Same thing with same thing here. He plays box to box, but he needs that midfielder that will help him take his. You know how he uses Pogba isn't what's it called? He isn't gifted with stamina. He won't last you the whole game running. So he needs that energized midfield like a Kante or that new young kid from Monaco that plays with him now
Tchouameni,
in
yeah.
France.
But-
Tchouameni.
yeah, but the thing
You
is,
need someone like that.
yeah, I
And I
understand
think
that.
Donny will be that player.
I don't think. Look,
but-
yes, Donny is a hard worker, but he is not gonna be able to do a defensive amount of work to cover Ronaldo, Bruno, and Pogba. I don't think he has that in him. Like, I'm not saying Donny van de Beek is a bad player.
Okay,
I don't
but
think he's
I think
capable.
it's worth a try.
No,
It's worth
yeah,
a
it is
try
worth a try.
when
But at the same
McTominay
time,
and Fred aren't doing the shit that we're asking them to do. The reason Solskjaer puts Fred and McTominay is to balance out that attack that we
Yeah.
have, but it's not doing shit. If you saw 5 goals today, McTominay and Fred are responsible for like 3 goals because they don't track back their fucking players. They don't track back. They don't do shit. They don't fucking. They don't pressure. The reason they scored the first goal is because they didn't pressure the midfield.
yeah.
They didn't pressure. Like, they didn't do shit. Like, these guys, I don't know what's up with Ollie sees in them. They might be hardworking in the practice. You know, in practice we don't know what they do. In practice they might be doing amazing and shit. But and then there was a video released today after the game. Donny was fucking was training.
Yeah. So like,
He
it's
was
like I
running.
said, look, it's what you said. He does it to balance out the attack, and yeah, I get it.
And it's not working.
Yeah, it's
The
not
thing
working.
is, it's
And
not
I'm not saying that Donny would be a bad addition. I just don't think he's the perfect one. I mean, I think from here to January, I think it should be like that. I think it should be Pogba and Van de Beek and see how it works out. But I think when January comes, you have
And if it doesn't work,
like
just sell
regardless,
Donny.
if it works and if it doesn't work, I think you just have to sign a DM. That's also another reason why I think Ronaldo was a bad signing. Not a bad signing, but like it was just not the right time because since
We
Ronaldo
needed a
came to the
DM.
club, they stopped going for a DM. Why? Because Ronaldo was so expensive. Yes, he was like you got him on like a couple million, but his wage is still on. You guys wanted him to be the blockbuster signing, so that was the last signing that happened. And if January comes, if you guys don't sign a DM, I think your season is over. I don't think you guys get Champions League. If you sign a DM with Ole, I think you guys still have a chance. Just with that DM, because it's been like what 3 years you guys have been calling for a CDM. It took you guys like years to sign a right mid. It's like Jenny Sancho, right? It hasn't been working out for him.
And
but
we
I'm not
fucking
gonna-
haven't
yeah.
used them, dude.
I'm not gonna batter him.
But
It's
I think
hard.
I don't blame him because
Yeah, I don't
Greenwood
blame
has
him,
been like doing his fucking shit. You know, he's been rocking it.
But I don't think I don't think Mason Greenwood should be playing at right mid. He is being wasted.
Yeah,
there.
he should play
He should be
striker.
playing a striker. But that's where
But
the issue comes in.
I'm fine with it. You know why
Yeah.
I'm fine with Ronaldo being striker starter?
Why?
Because Greenwood, I think, he's still young, too young to be that main striker role.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because what happens if he was fucking scoring? Because I feel like we should sell Martial and with that money buy a
100%.
DM, and what's it called? And then Ronaldo, he's not gonna last that long in Man United.
I'm a
2
bit
years
with you.
probably,
Yeah.
and in 2 years, Greenwood will be developed enough to play that striker role by himself.
What if you change the formation? What if you do like a 4?
Okay, the formation change. A 4-4-2. A 4-4-2.
I was
for example,
gonna say a 4-2-2.
a 4-4-2.
I was gonna say Rashford on the left, Bruno on the right, and then 2 strikers with Cavani and Ronaldo or Greenwood and Ronaldo because Ronaldo's not getting benched at this point. And I think whatever 2 DMs you have, it doesn't matter.
People are calling for 4-4-2 and then playing Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, and then Cavani and Ronaldo. But then people are saying you should play Pogba and Bruno, and I'm saying it could work.
I don't think.
It could have worked if it was Bruno when we barely signed him. Because
Yeah.
when Bruno was playing for Sporting, he was a box to box.
Yeah, but now
he was running
he's-
back and forth.
he's
The guy,
developed
but
his
now
game.
he's attacking minded. He's too attacking minded. I don't think he'll be willing enough to run back and forth.
But actually, no. I think he will. I just think now that it's a waste to play him there because
Yeah.
we saw what he can do. He got like 38 goal contributions throughout the whole season. I think you just at this point you're wasting him. And like I said, yes, having Ronaldo, yes, it's amazing, right? But if there is a chance, like if there's a chance Ronaldo didn't leave Juventus, I think Man United would be in a better position right now. Because they
I don't
wouldn't.
think so.
Yeah, because if Ronaldo would have not joined, let's say he stayed at Juventus, right? I think.
Because look, here's the thing. Even if we didn't sign Ronaldo, we still wouldn't have a DM.
No,
we
you
still,
probably
it
would've-
wouldn't have made a difference.
You probably would have signed a DM.
because it was the last week. Remember, we signed Ronaldo the last week. I think the last week or the last 2 weeks of the transfer market.
It was announced
And
that 3
we
days
signed
before.
them. Yeah, and we signed them in a day.
Yeah,
We signed them in a day. So basically, we weren't even talking to a DM.
But you don't.
We
you
weren't
don't think-
talking to Declan Rice.
You don't
I
think that
we
last
would've
week?
signed.
You don't think that last week someone would?
No,
call
we
us
wouldn't.
something?
We were never talking to a DM. Declan Rice was already fucking. The only person we would have signed is Declan Rice. And to be honest, people want Declan Rice, but I just don't think he's a really that good of a DM. I just think he's
That's-
overhyped by the English media.
Oh my god, that's such.
No, he's good.
That's a hot
He's
take,
good,
bro.
but he's good.
I think-
but I just don't think he's that much of a hype.
No, I think he is. I think you're wrong. Like, with all due respect, I think you're wrong. But I just think Man United need to calm down. Okay, yes, Man United big club, but you just need a DM. You don't have to go ahead and sign Ndidi
No,
or
it's
Declan
not.
Rice.
Okay, we
You can
don't need
sign.
a DM. We
You need a
we need
DM.
a playing style. We need a playing style. If you watch Man United, what playing style do you think we play? I don't even know. Like me watching them every weekend and week out, I don't know what to expect from this team. Either we rely on fucking moments. We rely on Greenwood hitting a fucking 20-yard screamer, bro.
At this point right now,
Like,
you're relying on Rashford and Greenwood because they're the only two.
we're relying on Rashford, Greenwood, and Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
We're
yeah.
relying on these three fucking players.
And I feel bad, bro, because Rashford for years has been carrying this team.
And we're
Until Bruno
relying
came last season.
and then we're relying on Bruno and Pogba to make these over the line, what's it called, balls. Like we're
Yeah.
relying on them through balls. Like, bro, like that's not a playing style, you know. And people are like, oh, like Bruno and Pogba are doing this shit because they want to. No, Oli has made this a playing style in which he just wants balls over the fucking line. He said that since 2 years ago, 3 years ago, because he sees so much pace in the attack, and I get it. But dude, you sometimes have to break down the defense.
Yeah, and it's the defense is just with every team. It's getting better every year. It seems like that every single team in the Premier League or most of them is either signing good defenders or have a good defensive coach or just a good all around coach. The thing with Ole, I don't think he's good at anything. I think he's pretty basic, pretty decent at everything. He's a man manager at best.
Okay, I love that Oli, if he leaves right now, he will leave Man United the best any manager has left ever before.
I think if Oli leaves, he shouldn't get shit because he's done so well.
Because he built an amazing team. He built the fan base back. He built something amazing, you know.
Yeah, I think
he
he
brought
just
us
needs
back
to
to
leave.
Champions League. He's finished second and third, but I just don't think
he can't take him to the next level. He can't.
No, because
he's not capable
he
yet.
He can, but if he stops relying on that fucking McFred shit.
But do you think it's his fault though, or do you think it's Ed Woodward's fault for not helping out and saying, "Hey, let's sign a DM"? Because we know how Ed Woodward has been this past couple of years. It's just been bad.
I don't think Ed Woodward's involved that much anymore. Because it's his last year.
Yeah, he's leaving January, I think, or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's leaving.
So okay, now let's quickly move on to the managers. So I'm seeing a lot about Zidane. Why? I don't see anything improving if Zidane comes.
Yes, bro. People are like, oh, these Man United fans.
Why is Zidane late?
Okay, these Man United fans are like, oh, I hope Man United lose. I don't even call these guys Man United fans. They're like, I hope Man United lose because I want them to, what's it called? To fire Oli. Bro, I knew if they lost even 5 or 10-0 today, they were not gonna fucking fire Oli, bro. They're not.
Zidane.
And then these people is like, why do you want Man United to lose? You support this club, like. I will support Man United through thick and thin. You know, I would support them whatever manager they have. I supported them through the last day of Mourinho's, everything. Like, even though I wanted Mourinho out, I still supported the team. I didn't want them to lose at all. Even though if it meant like Mourinho getting sacked or if it meant what's it called, Oli getting sacked, I still don't want them to lose no matter what.
Yeah.
Like even when when Ronaldo scored that winner against Atalanta, I fucking went off in my room. Like I started screaming and shit. Like, oh my god, bro! Like he fucking scored. Like. Dude, I just don't get the point of us losing, you know? It just harms us more than good.
No, yeah.
Because then other clubs are gonna start bannering us and shit. It's just like, nah, bro. Like it ruins my whole weekend when Man United lose. I just don't. I don't know. I don't find it the reason why people want us to lose. If you're a fan,
no.
And people them wanting Zidane, bro. If you
so
saw
dumb.
Real Madrid, if you saw Madrid, bro, he ruined Isco's, James. He
Bale,
ruined many
everybody.
careers.
Like, the thing is, Zidane is just a better Ole. Slightly. Not even that much because they're both mad managers. That's the only thing Zidane's good at, being a mad manager. The only reason
Zidane just had a world-class team.
He had a world-class team and he had Cristiano Ronaldo. It's simple as that. Like, he's not a good manager.
He had the team ready for him, bro. He had Modric, Casemiro. He had, what's it called? Toni Kroos. They were all in their primes. He had a team in their prime. He had Sergio Ramos, Varane.
It's just luck, man. Like, I'm not saying Zidane can't be a good manager. He's just overhyped, bro. He's really overhyped.
Zidane is a combination of Mourinho and of Oli. You bring him in, Sancho's not gonna play. What's it called? I don't think
Pogba will stay because he wants to play with Zidane. 100%.
Yeah, Pogba will stay. Ronaldo will stay. Varane will be happy as fuck.
Sancho won't play. Sancho won't play at all.
Sancho won't develop under Zidane. I'll tell you that much.
I think one of Rashford or Mason Greenwood will fall out with Zidane as well. If he comes
Rashford
in. Someone will fall out. It's because it just
Jesse Lingard will fall out with him.
But Jesse Lingard's probably gonna leave already. Like I think he should leave. He should definitely leave.
I think what's it called? youngsters won't get that much of an opportunity. Amad Diallo might not even get an opportunity, bro.
There goes the academy, bro, for a while.
Yeah, like
but
Zidane
the
does
thing
not
is,
like academies.
the
Like I
issue
don't know.
is who are they gonna get? Because okay, Antonio Conte,
Okay,
yes, he's good.
I saved. Okay, Antonio Conte, but he does not fit the
Yeah,
club.
because
He does not fit
you
the
guys
club.
you guys don't have the players for Antonio Conte's system. I think even though he comes, 100% he has a title race because he's that good of a manager.
Yes, of course.
He'll get
I
Diego
think-
Dallo like on his feet, like playing like Victor Moses, like when he had Victor Moses there. I think he'll do that, but then he'll eventually fall out with someone and he'll leave, like he did at Inter Milan, like he did at Chelsea and with Juventus. But like one thing you get with Antonio Conte, you don't get a project. You get something Chelsea was looking for, something they got, instant success.
Okay, here's a list that people were talking about. So basically, okay,
Don't
I'll
say
tell you the
Southgate.
list.
We talked about
Okay.
Southgate earlier. Oh my god, that's so stupid, bro.
There's so 6: Zinedine Zidane, Antonio Conte, but those two are fucking out for me.
Yeah.
And then these guys are the interesting ones. Joachim Low, the
Okay,
guy
Low.
from Germany.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Brendan
Eddie
Rodgers.
Howe?
Eddie Howe.
and okay, those two are the ones that, and then the other ones are Ryan Giggs, fucking did shit when he was interim
Why is
manager
it-
for Man United,
no.
and Paolo Fonseca.
So I think
I think Joachim Low and Eddie Howe are really interesting managers. Eddie Howe had Bournemouth playing super good.
But the
I
thing
think-
is, it's just I don't think it's realistic because Man United would want a big name. Like I'm not saying he's a bad
yeah,
manager.
they won't want a big
Yeah,
name
big
manager.
So going to Low, amazing international manager, but can he do it at club level? Was the question. That's the question.
That's why he retired from international level, because he wants to do it at a club level.
Yeah, but like
And I
it's
just
such a
don't know.
difficult transition.
I want to see. It's because I think a Man United project will be perfect for him, because he's managed big names. And people have respect for him because he's a World Cup winner. You know,
but the thing is with international management, it's so I'm not saying it's easy, but the players are happier. Why? Because the players' goal is to play for the national team.
There
And
isn't
it's for a
pressure.
it's for a short period of time. Like here in a club, you're dealing with a 38 game season, like 8
And we're
months.
dealing
of
with the
gameplay.
media, with the
Yeah,
fans.
dealing
We're
with the media
dealing with all of
constantly.
this.
And I also saw a video that they were linked to Brendan Rodgers and Pochettino still. So Pochettino still favorite. I think just
Brendan
go ahead and do that.
Rodgers, I would love Brendan Rodgers.
But I don't think he's big enough name. It's the same thing. Yes, he's a very good manager, but it's just not the name they're looking for. It's not the name. It's like sadly as it is. But I heard Brendan Rodgers wants a Man City job when Pep Guardiola leaves, which I don't think will happen. Because he had rejected Newcastle. I think at the end of the day, I think Man City are gonna go for Luis Enrique from Spain. I think that's where he's gonna go because they
Luis
want
Enrique,
they want Barca DNA and that's what they're gonna get.
They want tiki taka. They want
they
the
want
same
Barca,
shit
yeah.
they're doing right now.
So you also forgot to mention Ten Hag from Ajax, but it's the same thing, bro. It's just not a big enough name for Man United.
big enough name, yeah.
I think it would be an amazing like manager signing, but I just don't think it will happen. So right now we're looking at most realistic. Oli stays. Zinedine Zidane signs, which would be terrible, absolutely terrible, or Antonio Conte.
Unless I don't know, probably like Zidane changes his mind because I don't know.
I don't think
He's the youngsters that are hard workers or
he's
some
not gonna
shit.
do that, man. He's
It's
just
because he's such an old head.
he's a
he
man
likes
manager. I know that for a fact. But what does he have that like Ole doesn't have?
It's because he does. No, the thing is with Zidane is the difference between Oli and Zidane. Oli will talk to his players, but I think Oli has stopped doing that. Because if you look at it when I saw Oli at the beginning of his managerial career with Man United, I saw him. I'm pretty sure he talked to the players, like each player individually, week in and week out, like telling them what he expects or why they're not starting and shit. And I think now he just doesn't communicate with them anymore. And that was the one thing he had that was good with him, that he communicated with the players one by one and shit. And I think now that's affected him, and that's why Donny's confused. Sancho's confused why he's not starting. I mean, all these players, bro, like
I just don't think Sancho's
why
putting
they're
into
not fucking
performances
starting.
yet. But I don't blame him. Like I said, like he's getting used to this. He's never played in the
He's
Premier League.
He's playing him on the fucking left.
I mean,
He's
but
a right mid.
it's the same.
We signed
thing,
him
though.
to be a right mid. It's not the same thing, because on one position you cut in when you're a right footer. This one, he's used to going through the wing and taking them all on when he's driving in. This one he has to cut in with his right and cross it or some shit.
But it just goes back to the thing where like the players don't back him anymore because like it's like what you said, arrogance. Because at this point nobody's backing him, so he's being arrogant. Like okay, yes, Mason Greenwood is doing good at right mid, but you don't think Mason Greenwood would do better at striker? I think he would. And then you play Sancho on the right hand side, but now the issue is you can't bench Ronaldo. You won't change the formation because you think this is the best formation for them. You can't bench Rashford either because he's doing good. Bruno Fernandes has to be a starter as well because he's the second biggest name in that club. And then plus you have Pogba on the bench, you have Van de Beek in the bench. Like at this point, it's just a disaster, and that's why I think like Ole has done a good job, but I think he should just leave. I think he just leave
Yeah.
with his head held high. He did an amazing job no matter what anybody says because he came with a horrible, horrible squad. Yes, he got backed, but even with that horrible squad, he still did pretty good. Going back
Oh
a
yeah.
couple years. But like now
I
it's
just
just
think
difficult finding a replacement. You could have gotten
I
Allegri.
just think
It took too
If
long.
Zidane comes in and he wins the league and
He's
stuff,
not
and he
winning
wins
the
all
league.
this
He's not
shit.
winning the league. He's
No,
not
no.
winning
If he
shit.
no, if he comes in and if he wins anything, I just don't think as a Man United fan, it won't feel the same as if Oli would have won it or another manager would have won it because you want the team to be fully connected when they win something. You know, you want the team to that they're happy with it. Because, for example, if Zidane wins it, it's gonna be at the cost that Sancho's mad or some shit. It's gonna
Like
be at
some
the
players
cost
gonna
that
miss out.
yeah, like some players are gonna be pissed and shit, and he's not gonna feel the same. You
But
know, you want all the players.
I think like Zidane
be
is
happy.
it's just a risk. Like if you're gonna take that risk, just keep Ole. Because I'm telling you, they're the exact same manager except Zidane has more experience. Why? Because
And it's gonna cost you much more of a
yeah.
wage.
And he was a manager for Madrid. That's the only thing he has for him. You look at his win percentage. Like I was taking a look at it earlier for Castilla, like 40%. He goes to the Real Madrid top team, 70%, 60%. Why? Because he had everyone in their prime. And not only that, with all respect to the La Liga, it's not a very good league. It's not a very good league. At least, especially not right now, because of how everything's going on. It's getting more interesting. Why? Because the top teams are falling out. But like the Bundesliga is better, the City A is better. The League One can overtake it, but I don't think at the moment it's still the City A because Madrid are coming back into form, and the Atletico are good. Barcelona are hanging on. Sevilla's gotten better, but like La Liga isn't an impressive league in my opinion. Like not more impressive than the Bundesliga, not more impressive than the Premier League or the Serie A. And I just think, yes, he's a good manager. He kept everyone happy, which is good. But imagine if one player would have been unhappy at Madrid, like other than Isco, James, and Bell, because they had other players to suggest that. But like, let's say Benzema would have fallen out with Zidane, or like Ronaldo. Imagine Ronaldo would have fallen out with Zidane. Just
People
imagine.
love Zidane though. I think they just both had a lot of respect for each other.
Which is good, yeah. But like, just imagine he came into the side and he told Ronaldo, "You're like, you know what? You're not bigger than the club." Like, imagine he came because Ronaldo is obviously bigger than any club he's ever played for. He's bigger than Juventus. I think he's bigger than Man United right now. That's why he cannot be benched no matter if he's not scoring or not. He was bigger than Madrid. Why? Because he deserves it. In reality, a player shouldn't be bigger than the club. But like with Messi and Ronaldo, I think it's respectable because all they've done for their clubs. Obviously with Messi at PSG, Mr. 007. 7 stars, 0 goals, and 0 assists. But like at this point, it's like it just goes back. One, Ole should leave.
Imagine Ronaldo's putting those numbers, dude. 007.
But-
But I get why Messi. I have to defend Messi, in which like it's a whole different lifestyle for him now.
Yeah, I mean I get
You know,
that.
in terms
I
different-
can't protect them. I tell you why, because you put Ronaldo in that PSG team, he would already be 5 goals in.
I
100%.
just think that Ronaldo has learned how to adapt with different clubs. He's come from Man United from Sporting to Man United to Man United to Real Madrid, Real Madrid to Juventus, Juventus back to Man United.
Mhm.
This is the first time Messi has changed everything. You know, changed house, changed his day-to-day life, changed everything. You know,
Like
I think it's different.
I don't
for
think
him
it
now.
should be an excuse, but like I think it's just right now what's overtaking him. It's like the sadness.
'cause
I don't think
you have
I
to-
don't think he's struggling with the league.
Yeah,
I think it's
'cause-
just his
'cause these
sadness
guys-
leaving Barcelona. He didn't want to
I'm-
leave.
You have to know that these guys are humans as well.
Yeah,
like,
they're humans,
They,
yeah.
they have emotions. Like Icardi, the problem he's having, like, you don't expect him to perform.
Oh, I gotta be, bro. He fell off. I was so obsessed with him when he was at Inter, and I'm like, oh, he's finally leaving. I mean, he fell out, right? But I'm like, okay, he's finally leaving to a bigger club like he deserves. PSG, Mbappe overtook him. Unlucky. I think he needs to leave now. January, he needs to leave and rediscover his form. I know he's going through some personal things, but if he pushes through it, he can still become that striker everybody expected him to be. And I think a move to Newcastle would be perfect. He's been linked, or to even Barcelona, a switch. I think he'll do pretty good at Barcelona side with the pie there, but who knows?
Yeah.
But Man United, where they
Go-
finishing,
Going
Ballon?
back to the Man United shit, I just finishing. Bro, we'll be lucky with a conference.
I
League,
think
to be
I think 5th place. I think
fifth.
don't miss out on the
I
Champions
think this team is too good to be finishing outside the top 6.
League. Yeah, way
It's
too good.
Too good.
I
Even though the manager's ass, I just think it's too
Yeah,
good. I think the players will find. It's just, bro. They pull out this stat in which the running of the players
Mhm.
and Man City, like everything's covered by Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea players. Like the running that they do.
Yeah,
And Man United players, there's only one, and I think it's
it's
not Ronaldo. I think
probably
it's.
Cavani or Greenwood or Rashford, Bruno.
I think no, I don't know if it's Bruno. I think it's Bruno, and I think it's only him that has like a lot of running.
Yeah, because Bruno works so hard and like
And I
Yes.
think the rest of the players, and this is what Chiellini or Bonucci said when he was at Juventus. He said when Ronaldo came in, everybody stopped working hard because they felt that when Ronaldo came in, everything was just gonna be given to us.
Yeah,
You know,
that's one thing that's wrong, bro. Like, yes, Ronaldo, superstar, superhuman, whatever, but like, you still have
but
to
he's
help him
fucking
out.
36 years old, bro. Like that guy isn't gonna do everything for.
I mean,
I get it.
he
In his
still carries
prime.
sometimes, like, cause he's in an amazing shape, and it's like with Messi too. Like, he's older, but like, I think he could still pull off and carry a team. But like, throughout a whole season, they can't do that anymore. They can't, especially I think Messi cannot do that anymore. I think Ronaldo still can, if you can just click on here at Man United. But it's difficult when he can't get the ball. He can't get the ball sometimes because nobody's winning the ball, and they win the ball, they give it away. But like, I mean, right now the two goats are struggling. I think Messi more than Ronaldo. I think Man United. I don't know what's gonna happen, man, because
And
it just depends on what happens in January. If Oli leaves, depending on who they sign, they can easily go to third place easily.
yeah, and then the fucking. I mean, I feel better for Ollie because he's like the he's super like unexperienced for the job.
Yeah,
But then you have fucking Pochettino, bro. Like
he should have
no
gone
one's
to Man
giving him.
United, bro.
But the thing is, no one's giving him shit
Who Pochettino?
for the team that he has,
No,
and
yeah.
then he's not performing with the team that he has. It's so weird.
I just don't think Pochettino's used to having so many superstars in one team. Because when you have so many superstars in one team,
Which is why I think he wouldn't perform for Man United.
no,
as well,
I
if you
think he
think
would
about it.
because you look at that team, like before Ronaldo. This is before Ronaldo. The superstars are Bruno and Pogba.
And Rashford.
I want to say, I mean, Rashford, in my opinion, he should be a superstar, but I don't think people carry him in that name the same as Pogba and Bruno. Like people, yeah, they say Dr. Rashford, but like as a joke, like I don't think they take Rashford seriously yet when they should. And then, but like I think, especially when you have Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, you literally cannot drop that front line, no matter what. You cannot drop them. Here with, like, let's say we went to Man United, he had Sancho is a big name, right? He can drop Sancho because it's not the full midfield. You can Bruno, he want to drop him because I think Bruno would do good either way. Pogba is droppable because we've seen it in the past.
And then what pissed me off today, bro? I think he did it just to save his fucking ass from more embarrassment. But he fucking brought on Diego Dalot. He brought on a defensive. I think he built a five
Why is
back.
Dalot still there? Why is Dalot still there? I don't know why he's still there. It's like with
Because he
Daniel
wants
James.
to fight for his spot, but it's like, bro, Wan-Bissaka is like goated at right back. Why would you?
It's like why Daniel James was there. I mean, he's a good player. Not a Man United player.
He's a rotational player. I
Yeah.
just think he would have been a good rotational player, but I just don't think he should have. What's it called? I think he wanted an important role, and
I just think whoever the managers at Man United, they go in there. They're like, no, we have to continue playing this player because it has to work. Why? Because the fans will be mad if it doesn't work. That's the one thing that sucks about being a manager in a big side. Like, you have to make it work. You have to, because if not, everyone's gonna be upset with you, no matter what. You can't go out to the press. The only person that could do that, go out to the press and say, you know what, this isn't working, is Mourinho. Mourinho is the only manager in history to, be straight up, hey, you suck or you don't work. And he did it this weekend when they lost this week when they lost 6-1 to that Norwegian side. He literally told the starting 11, like, because he played the second side, he was like, you guys are not good enough. He was like now you guys can go throughout the season without judging me on why I choose the same 11. Because the one time or like a couple times he plays the second team, they get thrashed by a fucking Norwegian team. Like, it's not acceptable. And like I said, Mourinho's the only the manager can do that. Nobody else has the guts to do that.
because he's a special one.
Yeah, he's a special one. Like, I was sad to see how it went for Mourinho. I think he should have left because of how the management, like just basically the morale of the club was. But I wish it would have worked out. If Mourinho
But
was
Mourinho,
there,
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think that Mourinho's style didn't fit the club because it was too defensive.
no, I know, but
But
even
I
then,
think, when he came in, he tried to match the
Yeah.
club. He tried to fix his tactics into attacking tactics because he knew how Man United were. He had to attack.
but even then, if
But
the morale was good,
that's not his play style.
even then, if the morale was good, it still would have worked out. Because Mourinho's such a good manager. Like, yes, okay, it's not the same style, but like, if the morale was good throughout his whole time he was there, Man United would have been doing bits.
He just fell off. He just fell off with our best
Yeah,
player,
he,
which
he
was
fell off
Pogba.
with Pogba, and then the manager started hating him. Why? Because he fell off with Pogba, and people don't like when their star players question. Like, it just sucks, man. But I mean, we should end off this video. What do you think? There's two things: where they will finish and who should be manager. What do you think they'll finish?
I
Fi-
think they'll
final
finish fifth.
Fifth? I can
Fifth,
back
yeah.
that. Fifth,
Europa
sixth,
League.
maybe slightly.
Which
sneak
is
into
sad
fourth.
because then we'll see Ronaldo Europa League.
Dude, I know, right? He's not leaving. He's not leaving next year. I don't think he will. I don't think he's gonna leave next year.
Nah.
They might. I think, in my opinion, they might sneak into fourth. Just maybe.
I just
Depending-
hope Arsenal don't do it, bro. Because Arsenal are really, really doing good right now.
Okay, what
I think if
about
they figure out the shit they could do so
the
good.
Arsenal? Are gonna be. They're gonna be a force to be reckoned with. Just give Arteta more time. If they sack him, everything's go downhill again. What about
Yeah.
manager? Who should be the Man United manager by the end of the season? Who should be?
Who
in
should
there?
be? What would be realistic or who I
No,
want?
who do you
to be the
think?
manager?
Like, as a Man United fan, what is the best way to go up? I'm not saying realistically because
I think if you want a big name manager and something that will do good, I think Lowe is the way.
no.
He's free. He's free right now. Doesn't do anything. Hasn't done anything. He was successful with his German team. I think he's a really good manager.
Look,
Even with the sucky German team, like the sucky German team that he played in the World Cup, I think he still played good with it.
so what I think, and I think Southampton and Man United are in a similar situation manager wise. I don't think both our managers will be sacked. I think Ole will be sacked more than my manager, like our managers, Hasan Hudo. I think it'll be a moment in time where one of them has to leave. Like they will just step down as a manager. That's Southampton. That's what we expect. We expect him to step down one day because he's too good of a manager to manage our club. But I think, in my opinion, Ole should push through. Hope they sign a CDM in January, and at the end of the season, Man United should be like, you know what, Ole, you should leave before we sack you, and see what's open. Let's see who gets fired. Let's see who gets sacked. Let's see who steps down from the club in the summer. Because at this moment in time, I don't think there's anyone good enough to manage that Man United side right now.
And it's so weird, bro, because there's like people like Mike Phelan who work with Sir Alex, Carrick and Ollie who played for Sir Alex. Like, so weird. Like, wouldn't they get the idea of how?
It's not the same, bro.
What tactics, bro?
It's not the same. Some people
I
are
just
not meant for management.
think Sir Alex wasn't good at tactics. I think Sir Alex was good at adapting in a game. He was super good at adapting in a game. Why do you think whenever like why we were called like the 90th minute is like the Fergie time?
But also, I
Because
think he wasn't phased. Sir Alex was never phased. Never.
He never panicked.
By,
He was super
by
good.
nothing. He was never phased by
consistent.
nothing.
He was
Like,
super consistent.
he was like Mourinho, but better at it. Like he was straight up with everyone all the time. And one thing also, he always backed his players. Like yes, he was like Mourinho, like he was strict and stuff, but he still backed his players no matter what. Like that's what something. You know who would kill it at Man United right now? Arsene Wenger. Kill it. I'm telling you, he'd kill it.
Yeah,
Like,
but Arsene Wenger would never.
no,
come
he
to Man
would
United.
never come. But if he was still around and he joined Man United, they would be slapping everyone silly.
Oh yeah, it would be funny.
100%.
I think Arsene Wenger. I feel bad for him because he that team that he had, bro.
The way he left was unacceptable. He shouldn't have left that way. Like
Yeah.
the last 3 years was just horrible. for him.
Arsenal fans were just so ungrateful.
But if Arsene Wenger puts on that Man United suit, slaps everyone silly, league title race 100%. He's that good of a manager with the players.
If Arteta doesn't work out, Patrick Vieira for manager.
No, I don't know about that. Palace is doing decent. Conor Gallagher, bro, he's a baller. Gallagher's a baller, bro. He better join Crystal. He better not go back to Chelsea because he's not gonna play at all. He better sign for someone. But well, that's the end of the video below. How do you feel one last time about Man United? It's 5-0 lost today.
Ni modo. I didn't expect it. I expected a loss. Like I started laughing after the 4-0.
I didn't expect that big of a loss.
It was a joke at that point. I just think that Ollie should have stepped down after the
Really?
game.
Welcome my special guest, Caleb. He thinks that Man United wouldn't have lost, but he doesn't know shit about soccer. Bilal, you want to say?
Yeah.
Oh, he just said yeah.
Yeah.
Say hi to the 30 viewers that watch this.
Hello.
Okay, can you leave my room so we can end the video? This is going in. You're not gonna be not part of it. Okay. He literally said he never wants to come on one of my videos, but too late. He came out. But anyways, okay. So, Bilal, disappointed?
Disappointed. Yeah, I just think Ollie should have stepped down. But again,
I think he should step down. But I don't think he will.
I feel bad for him because he's a legend. You know, I didn't get to feel what he did for
Yeah.
the '99 when he won us the treble. I didn't get to feel that, so that's why I guess
But not only
don't
that,
know.
he's also a good manager, bro. He's actually
he's a good man. He's a really good manager.
Yeah.
I just don't think
just not
he's,
for that Man
he's
United side
stubborn.
right now.
He's stubborn, but he's not good for that Man United
Yeah,
side.
he can't
I
take him
think
to the
he'll
next
do good
level.
for. I think he'll do good for like a Sevilla. Fucking.
I'm not
you know,
like
one of those.
Newcastle could hire
one of-
him. He's not the best candidate, 100%. He's not, but I think he will do a good job. He'll do a good job. But
Yeah,
I don't think they'll go for him. I think they'll go for like Brendan
He's a
Rodgers.
good manager if you want to start
yeah.
something. If you want to start something, he's a good manager.
Brendan Rodgers should have 100% gone to Newcastle. I don't know why he said no, but
Brandon Rogers should fucking go to Man United, bro. It's either Lowe or Brandon Rogers that I want at Man United. Those two are amazing managers.
okay. But anyways, if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, view the sound and career mode because that's popping off right now. Bolado, you don't watch any of my videos, so I'm not gonna tell you to say anything. You just stay there and shut up.
Like the videos if you're not gay. If you are, I don't.
We're gonna talk about this in the video, Bolado. Okay.
Okay, fine. Like
leave,
the video
leave down
if
any
you're not
suggestions of what you guys want to talk about next week. If we even do this next week, we always literally say, you know what, we're gonna do it every week, and we just. To be honest, I was gonna do it whether you said yes or no.
We're college students, okay? Life is hard.
We both have jobs, especially me. I've had like 4 jobs in the past 3 years. And yeah, like I said, leave down below if you guys want to see anything else. But catch you guys later below. When will you see them again? Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. I'm gonna kill myself after this shit.
Alright, later guys.
Bye.
Bye.